So entrepreneurs bet on themselves every day. That's kind of what you do when you get into business. They're believing that they can do this. They're believing in their future and developing self-belief. What are some of the dividends they're likely to see? And it's a two-part. Are there any metrics that we could use to grow or measure our self-belief?
Very hard to do, except you'll see it in your performance. You'll see it in your performance. You'll see it in your performance towards all of your goals. So, we talk about being 5-circle fit. So, okay, spiritually, in your family and relationships, in your business and career, in your financial world, in your physical and mental well-being. So you have goals, and then like Danny talked about, you have benchmarks. You will see the results show up, and that's why it's not just about working harder and developing your skills. When you become more of who you're designed to be, and you believe more in yourself, you will see the results show up in all 5 circles. And the same person who goes on an appointment or has an interaction with a customer, it goes better, it has less friction, it has greater advocacy afterwards. You'll see it show up in more referrals. You'll see it show up in more income. You'll see it show up in more positive interactions. I'll say this. I'm always amazed when I go to work on myself how much more positive my family's become. When I go to work on myself, Beverly's really doing well. The kids are they're on a roll.
Yeah, right.
Good for them. They must be working on themselves. Apparently not. Or not often. It starts with me. And so, Michael Jackson, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. All I will say is, if you think about this in the reverse, what would happen to your life if you significantly reduced the belief you have in yourself, in the product and service you offer, in your gifts, in your value, in your business, in your industry, in the future? Let's say it all went down by half. What do you think happens to the results? What do you think happens? And that's why, when people are binge watching the news, the news sells advertising. That's what they do for a living. And I know I'm always banging on them because they're easy to bang on. And they're getting worse.
Yeah.
They're getting worse because they have to get more extreme. The fact of the matter is, if you buy into that stuff and you drench yourself in that stuff, those are the affirmations that are going on in your mind. That's the belief that's taking place. You all of a sudden, the country's gone to hell. There is no hope. There's a future. I watched the other night with the kids the movie Miracle. And in it, it's the 1980 hockey team. And it's just a feel-good movie about a true story about the U.S. hockey team, an incredible coach, and Herb Brooks, and how they went and beat the unbeatable team, the Russian hockey team. But one of the things that's fascinating about it is Jimmy Carter does a speech in 1979. It's a very famous speech. And he talks about how 50% of Americans at that time believe the next 5 years will be worse than the last 5 years. Now imagine in 1980 if you bought every piece of real estate you could. Imagine in 1980, for example, if you bought every stock you could. And oh, by the way, we did this at our mastermind event. If you bought $100 worth of stock in 1980, it's currently worth $9,800. So every $100. If people had believed at that time, President Carter was trying to shake people out of it, but let's just say people go, the next 5 years is going to be worse than the last 5 years.
What's the point?
We've got massive inflation. Mm-hmm. We got runaway interest rates. We got problems with gas and gas lines and distribution. And it sounds just like a year ago. And let's say people believed in it 1980, and people did believe in that in 1980. You have to believe in the future. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in what your products to sell. And here's the thing. I'm sold. I'm sold on the future. Not that it doesn't have challenges. Not that it doesn't have problems. I'm sold. I'm still buying real estate. I'm still investing in stock. I'm still investing in myself. I'm still believing in my customers. I still believe in my staff. And I believe if we provide a superior product and service to coach and train people, that they can change their lives. And when they change their lives, they'll tell their friends, and Buffini Company are going to grow from strength to strength in the years to come. That's what I believe.
I'm buying.
And I'm planning on being around for a while to see it come. But it starts with that self-belief. Yeah. It shows up in conviction, and then the future's bright.